Hey everyone, it's Shar from Shar's Fashion Nation. Oh my gosh. Some people leave the dumbest comments without doing their research, and I'm going to tell you why. Like, I got my portable washer today from Temu, right? And don't mind me, I'm still recovering from the Hashimoto's attack earlier. But I have it in purple, even though it shows it green here, I have this in purple, and people are like, this one person's like, oh my god, trying to shame me for having that. And but if you want to shame me, then you should shame other people. Because I'm gonna tell you a little something. Like, if you don't do your research, you don't know. Okay? Now, I did my research. I thought that they were doing human trafficking, slave labor. Not true. Not true. So hear me out on this. Now, first of all, if you want to shame Temu, you have to shame Amazon. Okay? Because of so-called forced labor. People in the prison system. Now, some people are there because they didn't do anything wrong and somebody did something and, they shouldn't be there. Okay? That's wrong. Then there's the heinous people that don't belong in society, period. Okay? Yeah, that's anywhere around the world, including the U.S. And don't mind the lighting in here. It's at night. Whatever. Now, I did my research before I bought this. Okay? I love this. Works great. It's solar. It's got a charger. Okay? The lights on this thing is wonderful. Now, I have this. Now, when somebody said, trying to shame me for purchasing from Temu, because I got that on the lightning fast deal, so I got it for less than $10, right? Well, it just so happens to be they have the same one over on Amazon. Whoops. Now, getting back to this prison system thing. Have you ever owned a pair of Levi 501 Blues? What was that? Oh, you have? Oh, wait. Would you like to know where those were made? Those were made in a prison. Levi 501 Blues were made inside of American prisons. Your license plate. Some car parts. Some, not all, some. Stained glass, children's furniture in general, right? Are made inside of U.S. prisons. Why? It's a work rehabilitation program to try to keep prisoners out of trouble. Now, I've never been in jail. I've never been in prison. But I have a child that works in law enforcement. And my other child, he's about to go back to law enforcement. So, and he's already been in law enforcement. But the U.S. prison system would have to be as guilty as any other prison around the world if you want to say forced labor. Whoops, what was that? Oh, okay, well, let's see. For one, let's get down to that little washer, okay? Mine is purple, as you've seen in the earlier video. So it's the same one that's on Amazon. Amazon has that same exact one. That same one. that I got from Temu. And so when you want to come at me for something, you better start going at places like Amazon. The people on Temu have vendors just like Amazon. Some of them are the same vendors as Amazon. But Temu is offering it for less, and let me explain to you. Like I said, I was adamant about it at first, and I did my research. The condition of economics in the world right now is making it hard for anybody to even be able to eat, let alone have a product that they need for anything. Oh, by the way, for the keyboard warrior, how are you enjoying the technology that came from overseas? Our technology is not American made. That comes from China, Japan, Taiwan, sometimes South Korea, the Philippines. Comes from these Asian countries. If that's correct to say that. If it's not, I apologize. But do not think for one moment, in a woke moment there, because it's very woke how some people speak, okay? Especially when you haven't done your research. The United States government would do anything to suppress we the people. We are in a financial crisis at the moment, and it's not going to get any better. Our government's funding other countries for war. Meanwhile, our taxes go up, food prices go up. We can't afford much at the moment. I know I can't afford much. That's why I bought this on the lightning fast deal for less than $10. It's the same one from Amazon that they're selling for $59.99. I got a better bargain. That has to come through customs. This has to come through customs. And you know why? Because they're both from the same country. So before you make a stupid comment about what I purchased, you better start blaming Amazon too. Because they sell that same exact washer. They sell that same exact washer. Alexa, find portable washer.
One moment.
We're going to have her search that again before I go to bed. Now, they have different ones. They even have that one in green. How about that? For $58.99. So like I said, before you go cracking on companies, sorry about that. Before you go cracking on companies, Amazon's selling that same shit. So be careful who you're cracking on. I used to be in politics for 3 years. The smaller politics in Philly. And I've seen a lot of stuff. I've seen a lot of heinous crimes and stuff. But America cannot afford what we used to be able to afford. So when you're enjoying your technology, you're enjoying something from another country that was made by people from that country, and it's been passed through customs, and sometimes passed through customs with other items that we may not know was in the packages that were opened before our devices were taken out of it. Have you ever thought about that? Have you? So before you go making comments, like I said, Amazon sells the same exact one. Start going to Amazon. I dare you to. Because they sell the same damn thing. I looked on Amazon and found one of these. I looked on Amazon and you've seen those videos, the hats. They got the same hats as they have on Temu. So you see, you can't just say it's one place. It's the same vendors. So until you can prove that the Temu vendors are at fault, you don't have any proof. You don't have any proof. You're a keyboard warrior, that's it. But you don't have one iota of proof that that vendor is a trafficker. But the U.S. government will do anything they can to keep the American people broke again. We didn't have this problem except for the last 3 years. 3 years is when our economy started to trickle down. Before that, our economy was fine. Gas prices were low. We could afford food. There were no problems. But there's a problem now. Have you bothered to wake up and think about that? And as a minister side of Shar, those without sin can cast the first stone. Can you cast that stone? Seriously? I don't think you can. Nobody's perfect. This world isn't perfect. Unfortunately, there's those out there that seem to think they know it all. No, that's not how it is. But when you say don't buy from someone, you're taking away something from somebody's job. And like I said, Levi 501 Blues, license plates, car parts, stuff like that. Children's furniture, furniture in general, right? Home supplies. When it's labeled Made in America, 9 times out of 10, that Made in America is made in an American prison. Depending on what it is. 9 times out of 10, it's an American prison that's, producing things. Have you bothered to think about researching that? A town I used to live in Oregon, their prison used to produce Levi 501 Blues. Gun cabinets, like curio cabinets, children's furniture, playhouses for kids. But is that forced labor? They were even doing stained glass, etched glass, because they were told they had to learn how to acquire a skill before they could be thought about going back out into society. Have you thought about these things? Well, you should start. I'll see you later. And I'm not doing my outro because I got a bad headache and I'm going to go lay down. Bye.